And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Fanboy Friday, 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 Fanboy, 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 Fanboy Friday.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays. Fanboys, we hope your day is going terrible. Fanboys, Fanboy Fridays is for you, and we hope to do one or two things. We either hope to break your delusion or break your spirit. Either one is acceptable. Either one is acceptable. So, the war between LeBron James and mainstream. Oh, hold up! Before I start, let me make sure. Let me make sure I congratulate LeBron James for the game-winning turnover against the Chicago Bulls. If I hadn't done that, I need to make sure to do that. Congratulations to LeBron James for committing the game-winning turnover for the Chicago Bulls. And congratulations to LeBron James for adding another turnover to having the most turnovers in NBA history. He added another one. All-time leading in turnovers. My people, congratulations to LeBron James for another one. Now, let's get to the point of the video. LeBron James is burning all bridges, and this was bound to happen. This was bound to happen. LeBron James is showing his true colors more than ever. And I think he can't even control it at this point because his ego is so out of control. But how do we get here? How do we get to this spot to where LeBron James is at this war with mainstream media, claiming that he has to do it on behalf of the players? This is what he said in the Pat McAfee interview. You know, I got to protect the players and blah, blah. Yeah, LeBron James don't care about the players at all. LeBron James is only interested in himself. And I can guarantee you, if mainstream media was criticizing everybody else except LeBron James would not have one complaint. LeBron James was saying, I think mainstream media they're the greatest media of all time. The media of my generation is the greatest media of all time because of me. And yeah, that one right there made me the GOAT. If it was criticism for everyone but LeBron James would have nothing to say about it. I am certain of that. But how did we get here to where LeBron James is at this point to where he just seems like he just can't help himself? He just had to go confront Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game, and he had to go to the Pat McAfee show and, you know, make jokes about everybody, joke about Stephen A. Smith, joke about Brian Windhorst, someone who caps for him religiously. Brian Windhorst is a double platinum CFL member who caps for LeBron James when there seems like there should be nothing good to say about the situation. Brian Windhorst digs deep and finds something good to say or finds a way to not place blame on LeBron James. Brian Windhorst, but LeBron James showed you fanboys that you fanboys really do not matter to him. You are simply gestures in his court. But yeah, we got here because LeBron James is special. LeBron James is special. And when I say special, I don't mean special ed, even though there's an argument for that. When I say special, I mean LeBron James is one of these kids whose mother raised him to be special, who told him how special he was and, you know, you can do no wrong and blah, 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 blah. And everything that can make you feel good But as we all know, it's not about feeling good. It's about being based in reality. And if you're not based in reality, you are not going to get the outcome that you want. But the fanboys are going to say, hey, LeBron James is a millionaire, and blah, 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 blah. LeBron James is a millionaire who is not at peace. Or billionaire, whatever you want to say, who is not at peace. And you can't be at peace when you're not living in reality. You fanboys should know. We all know that you guys are about as far from peace as you could get. You can't be in peace when you're not living in reality. When you are constantly seeking things to simply make yourself feel good, you will not be at peace. And this is LeBron James. This is the career of LeBron James. LeBron James' whole career has been based on doing whatever makes himself feel good. Forget how it affects anybody else. He's been doing whatever it takes to make himself feel good. From the decision to leaving Miami, to going back to Cleveland, to leaving Cleveland, to getting coaches fired, to having players traded, whatever makes LeBron James feel good, this is what LeBron James does. And this is how we got here, because LeBron James is special. At least he thinks he's special. And you know, the world will remind you that you aren't special. And when you get to a place to where your ego is so out of control that you just can't help yourself anymore, rest assured, the kingdom will start to crumble. We've seen this happen over and over throughout history. This is what people who get so out of control that they can't contain their egos, even for their own benefit anymore. The kingdom will surely crumble. The latest we have seen, who LeBron James knows well, is P. Diddy. For those of us who grew up in the 90s and knew about Bad Boy and Dance to the Music, you know, there were rumors circulating around P. Diddy for years. But what happened is P. Diddy got to a point to where he just thought he couldn't be touched anymore. When you get to that point, it's time to retire. It's time to retire because you surely are about to get caught. Your kingdom is surely about to crumble. Now, the difference between P. Diddy and LeBron James is this, is the people who P. Diddy was controlling and abusing and whatnot, these people somehow depended on P. Diddy. They needed P. Diddy for money, for the success in their career. You know, P. Diddy could have ensured that these people were not successful in the business if they did not succumb to whatever P. Diddy wanted. But with LeBron James, he's in a different position because these media personalities that he's at war with, that he wants to control, that he wants to keep under his thumb, most of these guys have enough money to where they don't need LeBron James. And certainly not Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith had money, but he just signed a $100 million contract. Stephen A. Smith does not need LeBron James. But LeBron James' ego is so out of control, he thinks that he's gonna somehow get the mainstream media to bow to his every wish. And that's not gonna be the case. Like I said, most of these guys got money, so all you're really doing is giving them all reasons not to keep your secrets. Once you actually retire, all you really doing is potentially going to upset one of them to where they just let all your dirty secrets out. Now, this is what you're doing. Stephen A. Smith said on his podcast, basically, you know, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said that you guys don't know the half of it. He was talking to the viewers of the show saying, you guys don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of the passive-aggressive two-facedness that LeBron James is, of the things that he has done behind the scenes. You guys don't know the half. And again, I'm not a fan of Stephen A. Smith. Again, do I think Stephen A. Smith is this high-integrity guy? Absolutely not. But what I can say is this. I believe him on this. I believe that we don't know the half. And the reason I believe that is because the things he said confirm what we were able to draw conclusions about ourselves as fans without even being that close to the situation. We were able to draw these conclusions that LeBron James was two-faced, that LeBron James was passive-aggressive, that LeBron James was a backstabber. We were able to draw these conclusions ourselves. How do we draw these conclusions? By looking at the patterns that he's done over and over throughout his career, starting with Cleveland. And again, these things are something that LeBron James fans and LeBron James supporters, they tend to not want to give these things the proper weight or dismiss them somehow through saying, oh, well, people in history have done these kind of things before. What's the big deal? Just because somebody has committed atrocities in history doesn't mean that it's cool that it happens. So LeBron James supporters, they tend to dismiss these things. When we talk about what a deplorable move that was, when not that he left Cleveland. And this is what we're getting into in this video. It's the how. I've said this before. Everything is about the how. It's not the fact that he left Cleveland, it's how he left Cleveland. It's how he blindsided everyone. This is the point. When we talk about that we don't care about LeBron James 3.5 championships and 6 losses and all of these things and his stats and all-time leader and this and that and blah, blah, blah. When we talk about we don't care about, it's not the fact that we don't care about he got the stats. It's about how he got the stats. Because of how he got the stats, that's why we don't care about it. It's the how. So how LeBron James have done things time and time again throughout his career, that is the reason. LeBron James fanboys, that your king doesn't have respect. That is the reason why when Stephen A. says you guys don't know the half of what this guy has done behind the scenes, why we can absolutely believe that Stephen A. is being honest when he says this. You LeBron James fanboys don't want to give the proper weight to the despicable things your king has done. Leaving Cleveland, again, when he had said multiple times that he would not leave Cleveland. And I'm talking about the fans and the front office. But especially for the fans. If you guys remember that they were burning LeBron James' jersey in the street. and LeBron James supporter would say, oh man, he had to do what was best for him. Well, he didn't have to do it like that. Again, we're talking about the how. He didn't have to do it like that. He didn't have to blindside everybody. He could have prepared them. And because, first of all, LeBron James tried to act like he had just made the decision. I don't believe that. I believe LeBron James already knew because him and D-Wade were scheming behind the scenes. He knew what he was going to do. He knew what he was going to do. So, him trying to pretend like he just up and made the decision last minute. Again, another lie from the false king. He could have let everybody know so they could be prepared, including the fans that he was supposedly loyal to, that, hey, this is something I'm seriously considering, or this is something that I'm trying to make happen. He could have clued them in so that they weren't blindsided by by thinking, hey, this decision, this thing that's coming on TV tonight, LeBron James is about to tell the world he's staying in Cleveland, because that's what he's been telling everybody. But it's how he did it that was despicable. Now, him and D-Wade were plotting and scheming and trying to make this super team, and they made it happen. And when they made it happen, D-Wade talked about that they had actually planned the next several years together. They had planned that they were going to be together as a team for several years. So when LeBron James decided to leave Miami, D-Wade was blindsided. Now, I got a couple of things to say to that. D-Wade, don't feel sorry for you, because you saw the way he left Cleveland. D-Wade, you saw how LeBron blindsided Cleveland. And you thought that he wasn't going to do that to you. You thought that LeBron James wasn't going to do it to you, and then he did it. And D-Wade talked about that he was initially upset when he found out LeBron was leaving Miami. But again, LeBron James fanboys, supporters of LeBron James, it's not the fact that he left Miami, it's how he did it. And how did he do it? Just like he left Cleveland. He blindsided everybody. This is what LeBron James has a habit of. Not playing in the All-Star game. Wait until the last minute to announce that he's not playing in the All-Star game. This is LeBron James. This is despicable. And he's burning bridges. His ego has gotten to a point to where it can be controlled. But I said this last year. As we were awaiting this 2025 season, or I guess we were awaiting the 2024-2025 season. I said this last year when the talks were escalating about Bronny getting drafted, when LeBron James started that It's Just a Game podcast with JJ Ridiculous. I said that this year was going to be the ultimate circus. I said I cannot wait to see this, because this year is a definitive marker in time. As ridiculous as the NBA was, this year, as ridiculous as the NBA was, as disrespectful as the LeBron James generation has been to the game of basketball. Yeah, that's right, I just said that. LeBron James generation and era has been disrespectful to the game of basketball. I don't care what anybody has to say about that. That's just what it is. And they've had a whole bunch of help trying to sugarcoat that fact. They've had a whole bunch of help making excuses for why they don't compete, making excuses for why they don't want to play and would rather load manage, making excuses for why load management is not even doing what they said it was going to do, which was curb the injuries. Seems like it's more injuries than ever, but they've had plenty of help from the media, and that's why I could care less about Stephen A. Smith too, because Stephen A., you created this, and you're still creating it. As much as it's still going on, Stephen A. Smith, I've still heard him try to compliment LeBron James as, a good father and never been in trouble, when you pretty much just all told us how despicable the guy is. So what is there to compliment as far as his character, Stephen A. Smith? But as disrespectful as the LeBron James era has been to the game of basketball, this year hit another level of disrespect. This year made me realize there may be no recovery for the NBA. There may be no recovery. Before everybody was like, hey, when LeBron James retires and hopefully when Adam Silver retires and blah, 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 maybe the NBA can get back to some kind of normalcy. I don't know if that is possible after this year. Because this year was the ultimate disrespect to the game of basketball. The the ultimate disrespect for the game of basketball, and there's plenty of people capping and making excuses for why LeBron James getting his son drafted to the Lakers was okay. And, and now we got everybody saying, oh, well, the last month or so, he's proven that maybe he should be in the NBA. You know what? Let's get something clear. If Bronny James turns out to be better than LeBron James, that still doesn't negate the fact that how he got into the NBA was unacceptable. Let me say that one more time. For anybody who's been jumping up and down for Bronny James, and again, Bronny has improved. I'm not denying that. Bronny has improved. So what? See, here's the double talk of the LeBron James kingdom is, why is everybody talking about the 55th pick? Why is everybody talking about the 55th pick? Well, why is everybody talking about the 55th pick? I don't care that he scored 17 in garbage time in the NBA. I don't care that he put up 30-something points in the G League either as the 55th pick. So pick one. Either you're not going to talk about him at all, or we can talk about him and criticize him because he's a basketball player, because he's an NBA player. Pick one. Don't talk about him or talk about him. But we all know what they really want is only say good things about Bronny. Please only say good things about Bronny. He's just a kid. And you don't want to break his spirit with saying mean things to Bronny. You already know his father, LeBron James, is sensitive. So so LeBron Jr. is also sensitive. Please continue to make excuses just like you would make for his father. This year was the ultimate disrespect. LeBron James getting this podcast with JJ Ridiculous while being coached by Darvin Ham and trying to push him out the door, and getting JJ the job while getting Bronny the job. And again, I will say this, I truly believe, no one can convince me otherwise, that JJ didn't get this job because he was the coach who was gonna handle Bronny with kid gloves. There is no one who can convince me otherwise that this is not the reason that JJ Redick is the coach of the Lakers. Because I don't believe any other coach would have been willing to handle this like JJ Redick has. With a straight face. No other coach would have been able to, with a straight face, when Bronny first got in the league, when everybody knows the only reason he's in the league is because of LeBron James. No other coach would have been able to look with a straight face into the camera and microphone and say, let's get this straight. Bronny James is here because he earned it. No other coach would have been able to do that. This is why JJ Redick is the coach of the Lakers. So this year has been a complete abuse of power by LeBron James. This year is the year that his ego finally blew the top off and he's out of control. And now he's going to war with mainstream media. LeBron James is in the process of burning all bridges, people. And as I told you, LeBron James fanboys, time and time again, that when people have no reason to protect your king, it's a wrap for him. When people have no reason to protect your king, it is a wrap for him. And you guys better brace yourself. Go ahead and make an appointment with your psychiatrist or whoever you need to do, because it's coming. And you guys, you're not going to know what to do with yourself when the ceiling finally caves in. But anyway, we're going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of everything in totality going on with LeBron James? Do you think LeBron James has got basically too big for his britches? Do you think LeBron James' ego has got so much, so out of control that he can't even control it anymore? He can't even do what's best for himself anymore because he just has to try to control everything and everybody. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.